We have no clue what's going on right now. Uh, as we go to start this podcast, Sean Dollas has entered the portal, left the portal, and re-entered the portal. But Dan Lanning is in Eugene. Welcome back to the Ducks and Dawgs Podcast, guys. My name is Mike, here with my co-host Matt. How you doing today, Matt?
Doing good. Also confused by the timeline, but Twitter's up as we're filming this. I'm sure something will break at some point, so just excited for that one.
I'm beyond confused. I believe Sean Dollas to be the best back in our backfield. And I was excited for him to get healthy and come back. I even signed on to FQ Ducks to make a tweet about Sean Dollas in which fucking blew up because Sean Dollas that dude. And I think he's in the portal. So
as of right now, yes. As of right now, like 5 minutes ago, when we're filming this on Tuesday,
we believe he's in the portal. We're not fucking sure. Let's be honest.
He entered the portal about a half hour ago. He left the portal about like 25 minutes ago.
Did the other reporters just get miscommunication from somebody else saying he entered the portal earlier and they got the communication late? Maybe he's not in the portal, or is he in the portal? I don't know. Until
the guy quote tweeted
says it.
The guy who broke the news quote tweeted his tweet that said he withdrew from the portal, saying that he's back in the portal. It's the same guy who's reported it all.
I have no clue what's going on.
So as of right now, on Tuesday, January 11th, 2022, at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern Time, he's in the portal.
I don't know what's going on.
The question is, though, if he's leaving, you gotta assume Dyer, Verdell, somebody's coming back.
Words. Don't want that.
They have to be. Or they got tipped off to something. Like, there's no way he would leave if neither.
If it was going to be him and Cardwell.
Yeah.
If it was going to be him and Cardwell, do you know how good that was going to be?
I mean, that running back room's already insane.
That would have been so fucking good. But yeah, if Dollas and Cardwell were together, that would have been a nasty backfield. Mm-hmm. I believe it would have been the best in the Pac-12.
You really don't want Dyer or Verdell to come back at all.
No.
You explain why.
They've been running the football for 5 fucking years. We have other talented guys who can play football. Verdell gets hurt a lot. He's got brittle bone syndrome. And Dye is slow and needs to wear gloves.
You have a new staff coming in, though. You don't think that they're going to...
A running back.
Yeah.
I'd rather them spread the ball between Cardwell, Dollas, and McGee than between Verdell, Dye, and Cardwell.
I guess. I don't know. Fits me. If I'm an Oregon fan, I would want Dye back, but that's just me.
I mean, I love Dye. He's done great things. His stock's not going to be higher. You got to go now if your goal is to play in the NFL. Go now. Mm-hmm. Your stock's not getting any higher.
Fair. Unless he just, like, wins a Heisman or something.
Unless he just... Season. What?
I don't know.
Unless he, like, really is set on coming back and breaking a couple guys' rushing yards records.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, go get
he's
your
having
money,
fun.
Man.
He's
go get your brothers in the NFL. Your brother's in the NFL. Go get your money with your brother. Go play for the Vikings. Go play with your brother.
Do you want to go play for the Vikings, though?
His brother's on the Vikings.
I know, but come on. It's Minnesota, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It seems like
it's like playing in Washington.
Seattle's been good for a decade, so.
Good at what for a decade?
Football? Question mark?
A decade?
Yeah.
What are they doing this year?
What about the other 10 years before that?
What were they doing last year? They've won 1 Super Bowl.
How many Super Bowls has Arizona won?
One, not in the last 10 years, but they've won one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all been great.
You're gonna start using my Husky arguments against me, and I don't know if I appreciate that. Anyways,
I'll continue to use Oregon arguments. We beat you now. How about that?
Fair. I'll take it. Well, not the last game of the season, actually. So how about that one? Week 17.
That was your last game of the season. It wasn't ours.
Well, you still lost to the 7-10 Seahawks. So I don't know what
We're
to tell you,
still
man.
in the playoffs, so I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Anyways, I think something with the national championship that
Oregon,
just
national
happened
champs.
yesterday, Oregon with
Duh.
their co-national title of 2021-2022
Listen,
season.
so let me use my logic. We have a quarter of a natty now because Dan Lanning was hired as the head coach when? December?
Or the natty. Yeah.
December? He was Oregon's coach, right? So he's Oregon's coach.
Mm-hmm.
What game did he coach in yesterday?
Coach in the natty.
What game did he win yesterday?
You won the natty.
Whose coach is he?
I can't. You know what?
Whose coach
I'll give
is
it
he?
to you. I'll give you a quarter. I'll give you a quarter of a natty. How about that?
I'm taking
I'll
the
give you a
quarter.
quarter.
I'm taking
You
it.
get the quarter. Hang the banner. Quarter natty
If
2021.
we could really do revisionist shit, can I just take the whole one from 2012? Pretend Anthony blocked that guy, please.
We're rewriting history while we're at it. Yeah.
Listen, okay, I want to rewrite 4 things. I need Dennis Dixon not to tear his ACL, because then we probably fucking cakewalk the entire country on a.
That season was so absurd, though. I don't even know if you can count on them winning if he doesn't tear his ACL.
Weren't we winning by an average score of 60?
Yeah, but also that was the 2007 season where nobody won by any reason.
See, but all those teams were randomly good for 1 year. Oregon was good the year before and the year after.
LSU and Ohio State were randomly good.
LSU, didn't they fall off right after that? Didn't Nick Saban go to Alabama?
Maybe, but those are still really good teams traditionally. Kansas, yes. Who else?
USF?
USF, yes, obviously.
Dakota
But
Wesleyan?
True. They're winners. Winners win. Put us up for a natty, bro. The transitive property checks out. We want Georgia.
Man, Dan Lanning versus Georgia, week 1.
That's going to be fun.
I actually think it's going to be a good game. Despite what some people think because of how our season ended, I think it'll be a good game.
After the Ohio State game, I am convinced it's going to be a close game.
Don't count out Oregon in big games. Count them out in the little games.
When they play Stanford,
Be scared.
it's over.
Be scared.
Be scared.
They played Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson all back to back. Then we might actually go undefeated.
Wazoo or Stanford? No shot. No shot.
No. It's like what they were saying before the season. Oregon could play Arizona and Alabama in back-to-back weeks, and the score would be the same.
After the crap I saw from that team this year, I totally believe it.
Yeah,
as long as it's not Utah. As long as it's not Utah, it'll be fine.
As long as your coach doesn't already know he's leaving.
I mean, both games were still pretty bad.
No, he knew he was leaving for months.
Yeah, but
I'm convinced he knew he was leaving around week 5.
Really? You
Yes.
think that early?
Yes.
I mean, he kept Anthony Brown, and he was throwing the season away at that point. So.
And fucking apparently Moorhead didn't want Brown playing.
Really? So it was
apparently
just Mario
Moorhead
then.
wanted Butterfield. And McClendon wanted Ty.
Okay.
But now we got Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. He's the dark horse for the Heisman. He's having fun.
Bo Nix, the only things he needs to do is protect or trust his protection and work on his footwork, and he could be good.
Yeah.
But those are 2 major things to work on.
Yeah. He's going to be more of a field general if he tries to do too much.
He needs to trust his protection. Trust. Yeah. Oregon has a really good offensive line. Trust them. And we're in the Pac-12. They're probably going to maul most of the defensive lines out here next year.
Yeah.
Especially because the other team's best defensive linemen are joining our team. So
CTF exists?
Are you sure he's not entering the portal? Are you 100% sure right now he's not entering the portal?
I'm 80% sure he's not entering the portal. Which is
higher
than it was about 2 weeks ago, so I'm going to take it.
And if he enters the portal, where is he going? Be real.
UCLA?
Be real, Matt.
UCLA?
Be real.
UCLA?
He's coming to Oregon if he goes to the
he's
portal.
A Bruin. That's crazy. He's a Bruin. Who knew?
No, I think it's kind of funny, and I think it kind of shows the state of the Pac-12. All of these players who are better players on their team are transferring to either USC or Oregon.
Yeah.
And with how the transfer portal is, it's probably going to be like that going forward until one of these other schools start investing significant amounts of money into their program.
Well, yeah, they can both recruit. So, I mean, that definitely helps in the transfer portal, and guys have seen them win pretty
Once the other
consistently.
teams have a good recruiter, they're just like, thanks, we'll take him now.
Yeah. That's actually a good segue, though, because the national championship, we had Bryce Young playing. We had
West Coast.
Brock Bowers playing.
West Coast.
A lot of
Kelly
other
Ringo.
guys. Kelly Ringo,
Kelly?
game-winning pick six.
Keely
Sorry.
Ringo.
Skipped over that one. Where are they from?
Arizona, California, and California.
You know where those guys aren't going? You know where they aren't playing?
LA.
The Pac-12. They're not playing the Pac-12. Why are they not playing the Pac-12? What's that problem?
So with Keely Ringo, there was another team recruiting him called Oregon, but they got Dante. So Georgia was also going after Dante Manning. Whoever got one wasn't getting the other. That's how it was going to work. You were getting one or the other, and they were both 5 stars, so nobody really lost that recruiting thing. It was just
sure.
You were getting really one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
I think weirdly enough, isn't Dante Manning from out east?
I don't remember.
I don't know where he's from, honestly.
Yeah,
but yeah. But all the guys leaving California is inexcusable. Period.
Really?
Inexcusable.
I think
Oregon,
only state. Sorry,
go ahead.
I was gonna say the only state that really doesn't have guys going super far away to play is Oregon. In Oregon, that talent pool is less than Washington and Nevada and Cali and Arizona.
You know why I think that is? These kids are growing up and Oregon's been dominating. So if they can go to Oregon, they're going to Oregon.
Yeah.
The kids in
Oregon
LA,
State. Oregon State.
These kids in LA, they grew up in 2010, not 2000 anymore. They didn't see USC be good.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't see Washington be good.
Yeah.
I mean, they saw Sam Darnold and they saw Jake Browning. They saw 1 year of each team being decent.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't seen these teams be really, really good. So they're like, okay, I'm not tied down to these programs. That's why the only guy staying is in the state of Oregon, is because Oregon's been good and these kids grew up Duck fans.
Mm-hmm. And like we said, a lot of those guys aren't really high recruits. They aren't the 5 stars.
Outside of Keith Brown, Keith Brown's probably one of the higher rated guys in the past few years.
Yeah, honestly. And a lot of those guys are playing at Oregon or Oregon State, and that's pretty much it. All the other states' talent's going east. I think Bryce Young's talked about it a little bit. You hear these snippets from guys where they'll hint at it. It's just kind of like, atmosphere back there sucks. Like, I just don't want to go play there. The competition here is better. With Lincoln Riley, Dan Lanning, all these other new coaches, hell, I'll throw Kalen DeBoer in there for the sake of the podcast and my own fandom. Are these guys going to come play West? Are we going to see a change in that if recruiting improves? I mean, when recruiting improves? Good Lord, can't talk today.
Yeah, and especially with NIL and the opportunities at these schools, and hopefully USC's fan base exists again. Because in terms of atmospheres, I know back in the day, Washington was a vicious place to play.
Mm-hmm. Well, even 2016, 2017, when they were really good, it's a tough place to play.
It was a tough place to play.
Mm-hmm.
The only place of late that's had a even close to SEC atmosphere is Autzen, and Autzen's had trouble selling out lately.
Mm-hmm. And Oregon was a top 5 team for a good chunk of the season.
Because our student section is absolutely terrible. Shrink that shit.
What I've heard.
Our student section sucks. The rest of our fans, great. We sell out all the tickets that we sell. The student section leaves or doesn't show up. And they buy the tickets, but they don't show up.
Which is amazing to me. That's just baffling because like Nike football and like track, like that's that school's brand. That's like what it's known for, and the students don't go to the football games. It's insane.
It's wild. It's wild.
Academically prowess, bro.
Bro, they're probably too drunk before they can get to the game.
That's probably more after.
Isn't it like a really long I haven't been to Autzen since I was a little kid. Isn't it like a really long trail through like the trees and shit? Like, I don't know. I'd fall in the water, man. You ain't gotta worry about no alligators out there, I guess, so you're chilling.
Yeah, I suppose. That's nice.
No, but yeah, we need more competition in the Pac-12. And, you know, I've seen people, USC fans and stuff, say, "Oh, this is terrible for Oregon. USC is going to be good." No, it's good for Oregon. It's good for Washington. It's good for these programs. We need the Pac-12 to be good.
Even if Lincoln Riley chokes it and wins like 7 games this year, the recruiting power alone he brings to the West Coast.
How many do you
Again,
expect him
I'm
to
saying,
win this year?
huh?
I have 7 close to the ceiling. What do you have him winning?
I have him 8-9, honestly.
Chokes
I
it
really
is
do.
winning 7 when you have him winning 8. Really, really, Matt? That's
Okay,
chokes
considering what the guys they're bringing in though and the hype they already
have
have,
no
to the rest
line.
of the media, winning 7 games is him choking it.
They have no line.
So
Unless you ask PFF, then they have the best line.
I was gonna say, does the media? Do you think college football media cares about that right now? They seriously don't. They
the
see
ones
Lincoln
who
Riley.
understand football do.
Yeah, but is that the majority of college football media?
No, everybody just looks at PFF, even though PFF has lost a lot of their best employees who did a lot of the grading.
True.
So their grades
I
have gone to
always-
shit, and everyone's still like, all hail PFF. But they're not good anymore,
Yeah.
y'all. They're not good.
PFF sucks unless they tweet something good about a player I like. Then they're awesome.
See, now,
But
Matt
that's it.
can vouch. Even when they say something good about Oregon, I send it in the group chat and say, but PFF still ass.
Oh yeah, 100%.
PFF still
I've been
ass.
doing the same thing for 6 months.
And, let me use PFF grades to my advantage real quick. Oregon now has 3 of the top 5 interior defensive linemen in the conference. Thanks.
Nice.
Even though Taki was probably only graded high because everybody ran it against you because they didn't have to do anything else.
Yeah.
They were
That's
so
pretty
bad
good.
against her. Was Taki actually good? Like, I barely know who he is.
He was solid. Like he wasn't outstanding.
Nobody on
He
your
was
D-line
good.
was, or else he wouldn't have be 4 wins.
Yeah, we wouldn't have gotten gashed every game in the season. I agree.
Was he like your best defensive lineman?
I don't think so, but
Because
few
ZTF struggled
people
this
you
year, didn't he?
asked. He did. I still think ceiling wise, he's definitely the best one. And oh god, who is it? Voy's really good.
Sir Mel's Ben Roberts. Washington commits.
Rue.
God, y'all are fucking. I don't know how y'all. We had so Owen and Wilbur had this Twitter Spaces. I know you didn't get to
Yeah.
come through.
Which I unfortunately missed. I
Um,
had a bunch of homework and I had to get up for lifting the next morning.
Washington
so I was
fans
upset.
are tired of it, man. I'm in there trying to talk shit because I was like, "This is going to be toxic." I said, "I'm ready for it." Coming in with toxic energy, and the Washington fans are like, "What do you want us to talk shit about? Like, we suck." And I'm just like, "Okay."
I'm telling you, the fan base is more self-aware than you guys think. They're just
You
the
know what
vocal
it is? Al got
minority.
banned for a week, and the timeline is peaceful. The timeline is dee 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 dee, birds whistling in the air, butterflies flying around. It's so peaceful.
We need to get Al on the show, bro. I'm telling you.
God, I would
It'd be
love
so
to do
fun.
that. It'd be so funny. It would be fucking. We missed out on Hood Husky versus Matt DePlassy.
Did that actually happen?
No, they didn't show up.
Oh.
They both ducked the smoke.
That's
And then I'm in
sad.
here calling these Husky fans idiots and shit, and they're saying nice stuff to me, and I was just like, why? I was like, this is not what this is for. I had to leave.
Yeah, that's fair. I wouldn't have been able to shit talk. I'm too nice. That's how our dynamic works.
Yeah, I know, and it's like nobody was shit talking in there, and I had to start. I was like, you know what? I will talk shit about Oregon. Like, can we do something here? I want to be entertained.
Oregon sucks, right, guys? Oregon
No,
sucks.
I said, does somebody want to come argue about Anthony Brown? Like,
Mike changing teams in the middle of the match.
bro, I listen. We need entertainment somehow, so help me out here.
And I love Hood Husky to death, but Matt, bro, him and Matt would have been
Hilarious.
generational.
We got Nick Cody in there, and we tried to get Jordan Reffitt in there.
Oh God, that's like that needs to be on a card, bro. I don't know what UFC we're on, but throw it on the card.
No, like
Go at it.
only 2 Washington fans requested to speak the entire night.
Really?
They were all listening. Some of them made really bad jokes too, like bad, like to where even Wilbur and Tequila were just like. They were bad. Someone said it looked like Dan or Tosh Lapoy's daughter edited his picture for his dating profile, and nobody would laughed at all. We were just all sitting here like, what?
Good one.
When we started, it started with a good one because they were talking about whose body did they Photoshop it on.
That Photoshop job was so bad.
That's Feld's body, right?
I don't. It had
It
to have
has to
been.
be,
It was
because who else-
terrible. It was
who
so
else-
bad.
But also, who else has the same size biceps as Tosh? It's
I guess, but
spelled,
like
right?
lighting effects in Photoshop exist for a reason.
Oh
Like they
my
didn't
God,
even
man.
try.
They
dude.
didn't even chroma key
Come on.
half of the shit.
They didn't even try. All you have to do is literally change, like maybe add a lighting filter, a warming filter. I don't know. I'm getting
Just
technical.
make it black
it's
and
not
white. Just
difficult.
make the
It's
shit
not
black and white.
difficult.
Make it
There's
black
so
and
many
white.
ways around it. There's so many ways around it. They got lazy, bro.
Just sharpen. Sharpen helps a little bit. Like fuck.
It's-
Fuck.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah.
They need Twitter user Matt Schwaz on their design team right
Matt
now.
Schwaz for the design team. So
True.
we are going to do a new thing here on the Ducks and Dawgs podcast.
Are we?
We are going to break some news in regards to recruiting. Oregon has offered already 5-star cornerback Cormani McClain. They're now also offering his 2024 teammate Brayshawn Williams out of Lake Gibson as well. Cormani McClain is expected to visit on campus sometime this summer, so we should be able to see him there, and hopefully we'll get Brayshawn out around the same time, and there may be one other Polk County player to get a offer from Oregon in the next coming month or so. So I will keep y'all posted on that. But yeah, we're doing pretty good. And once Oregon offered Cormani, I don't know if we touched on this in the last show. The amount of Pac-12 offers I have seen in Polk County where I live has been absurd.
Yeah.
We
Oregon talked about that last episode.
Yeah, Oregon offered Cormani, and now Washington, Oklahoma, USC, Texas. All these schools just started offering other dudes right after. And I was just like, dang, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And now Lanning's in town, and Dollars might be in the portal, and we're a quarter natty champs, and shit. Oh, you know what we haven't talked about?
Huh.
You know what
What?
I want to talk about.
I literally don't know
Jen
what you're
fumbled the
talking about.
bag.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah,
okay, here
let's
we
hear
go.
it. Let's go.
So from what I've heard, Shepard is interviewing like today or has already interviewed for Notre Dame. Tomorrow Wiggins from Alabama is interviewing. We will have a decision on if they're choosing Wiggins or if they're choosing Shepard. They might have already hired Shepard for all we know right now. Like Notre Dame could already have that secured. They're going to interview Wiggins. Obviously Wiggins has to, except a lot of things have to align for UW to get Shepard. It's not out of the question, but it's very unlikely. Jen Cohen had Shepard in town this past weekend. Had him in town. Did not close the deal. Took him to meals, had him to our campus, had the whole works. Bro basically had dinner paid for him and dipped.
How's that $9 million coaching budget?
I don't know. We've used half of it. I couldn't tell you. We've used a little over half of it.
I told you weren't spending $9 million on coaches.
Mm-hmm. I was too hopeful. I should have known. It's going to Jen's for a coat
$9
budget,
million
bro.
on coaches.
Why even announce that you have that much money if you know you're not going to use it? What's the point?
We're
What's the
spending
point?
more on off-field staff than y'all are on on-field staff.
Mm-hmm.
We just hired
It's insane.
one of Bama's position coaches to be an off-field guy.
Yeah.
Like, and Oregon dropped you overpay, sure. It's overpaying for Tosh Lupoy. But we
Dude,
dropped a
and what's
1.7
baffling
mil
to me-
bag to make sure he came here.
What's baffling to me is that UW gets $500,000 from Junior Adams leaving,
raise.
right? $500,000. That's it. That's literally a pay upgrade for Shepard, and it was free money that they had that they could have just been like, "Here you go. We have this extra $500,000 laying around." Hell, maybe add a couple $100,000 more. I don't care if you overpay for the guy. He's one of the best recruiters and developers at the wide receiver coach position in college football.
That is my exact defense for overpaying Tosh Lupoy. It's like you overpaid Tosh Lupoy. It's fucking Tosh Lupoy. Everybody was going to overpay him.
They have the money.
You think Florida wasn't going to pay him $1.5 million?
UW has the money. Why don't they use it? Who cares if you overpay? Shepard is really, really good.
Why didn't you attempt to get Tosh Lupoy?
I don't know. Go ask Jen that one. I'm sure she'll have a nice long
We obviously know
explanation
Kalen
for
DeBoer is not an elite recruiter.
Yeah.
That's no secret. It's not a hidden secret or anything.
No.
So you expected taking the jump to the Power 5 job, you'd hire a few recruiters around you.
Yeah.
Have you even hired a recruiting director?
I don't know. Morgan's gotten brought in, and he's doing a lot of the
From
recruiting
Michigan?
right now. Huh?
Who's the guy from Michigan?
Morgan.
Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, and it's going really well. They're sending a lot more offers out. You got to help him a little bit. You know who would have been perfect? Shepard.
You know who else would have been able to help if you gave him $100,000 raise? Junior Adams. As much as y'all don't like him as a position coach, he can fucking recruit.
He can recruit. I'd much rather have Shepard, and they clearly can't manage that. So
yeah, I don't know why we didn't go get Shepard if he's available like that.
Honestly, I still am scratching my head a little bit at that hire from Oregon.
I feel like if he's decided between Notre Dame and Washington, he would have went to Oregon with like 0 second thought.
Like, well, the thing is, he's an Indiana guy. Like, so if Notre Dame throws him the offer, he'll probably take it.
Is Notre Dame willing to overpay like Oregon could overpay?
I'm sure they would try.
Listen, Oregon has never paid this much for assistant coaches. I think Uncle Phil's about tired of this bullshit. He's getting ready.
Well, clearly not, because he hired Junior Adams and Dillingham on offense.
I'm not mad at Junior Adams. I actually think y'all are tripping about him being a bad coach. I think Donovan is why he looked bad. How the fuck do you expect his wide receivers to look good when his quarterback looks like fucking Nathan Peterman turned down to -5?
I agree, but also you have to think his play calling history. Granted, Western Kentucky was a while ago.
Yeah,
he looked better than John Donovan when he called plays at UW, but that's not saying much.
I understand that, but I'm talking about the Washington fans saying he can't develop wide receiver. How the fuck? Who's throwing the wide receivers the ball for him to develop them?
It's fair. I mean, it's all true. We won't really know how good those receivers actually were.
And Adams is co-OC. I know Dillingham has had questionable history as play caller because he hasn't called many plays. But at the same time, they're both working together. They can help each other's deficiencies. Neither of them are terrible play callers.
I'm still not sold on it, and I feel like Oregon really could have gone Dillingham out there.
Either. I think we could have went and got. Honestly, we could have probably bagged Joe Brady if we really tried.
You could have thrown money at somebody who would have been better. You could have thrown money at a lot of different people that would have been better.
We could have thrown money at Graham Harrell. Like, I don't care.
Something, dude. And with Junior Adams, you guys could have thrown money at Shepard. You could have thrown money at Wingings.
You know who we could have thrown money at for OC, and I wouldn't have been mad at all, and it would have appeased some former athletes?
Who?
Mark Helfrich.
There you go.
Would be a great OC.
We've talked about him a lot this coaching carousel, I feel like.
I don't know why his name's not involved in other positions, like not head coaching, but why is his name not involved for OC, quarterback coach, wide receivers coach for other schools? Why?
It's a recruiter's world, man.
But damn, he can coach those positions like a motherfucker.
He can, but it's a recruiter's world now. You know that.
Then how'd Jimmy Lake get a job?
Because they couldn't hire outside.
How'd Kalen DeBoer get a job if it's a recruiter's world? DeBoer's a coach first.
He's our kind of guy.
That tells me everything I need to know.
He's our kind of guy.
That tells me everything I need to know. He's your kind of guy.
I hope the term OKG goes up in flames and never resurfaces ever.
Run the damn ball.
Dude, I knew as soon as Michigan had those shirts on for the playoff, I was like, they're going to lose by like 40 points. Like, this never ends well.
What do they have on there? Run the damn ball?
Yeah, on a t-shirt. It's like, you should have seen how this went for Jimmy Lake. Like, come on. Let's use our brains here. You literally beat the team who had that on a hat.
The only person who could tell the other team they're running the ball and succeed is Oregon against Ohio State because they'll run the same play.
True.
Fucking pull the guard, block him, outrun the linebacker, touchdown. Pull the guard, block him, outrun the linebacker, touchdown.
We need to get some shirts that say set the tone, not run the damn ball. Let's be some men here. Let's grow up a little bit.
Let's get some shirts that say bring in good recruits.
Smiley face. With a little smiley face.
You're just going to have a tear face that says please. Please.
Help.
What is your... Oh my God. Have you thought about what your composite team ranking is going to be next year?
I'm not even going to look at that number. I'm not even going to touch that page. I'm not even going to touch the webpage. Because I don't want to know. Because I'm sure even the guys who are coming back, and even with the guys that they've recruited the past 2 seasons, it can't be great.
The guys they've recruited the past 2 seasons, so me.
And me.
Yeah,
UW recruits Mike Black and Matt Schwarzer.
Who the fuck have you brought in? Jeremy?
I don't know, bro. Sam Heward?
Jeremy Bernard?
Not that one. Shout out, hey, go Sparty though. Big
Puka
Sparty fan.
Nakua? Yo, speaking of, BYU has fucking got some talent.
They do.
They got Puka.
It's bizarre.
They got Kingsley. They could end up with Dart. They got all these dudes.
As much as I think they're overhyped most of the time,
I think I think they're overhyped, but I think now they're going to be really good.
They're going to be legit next year, I think. They really are.
They're going to be the Big 12 in a few years because the Pac-12 is stupid.
Yeah. That's a really good signing.
Pac-12
be
be stupid.
Though. True.
At BYU and Boise State. Thank you. That's all I need. I have pulled off of my UNLV hype train.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't add UNLV. Add UTEP.
Thank you. If we were a basketball conference, yeah, let's add UNLV. But
I mean,
we also
are we
play other
not?
sports.
Are we not a basketball conference at this point?
We're everything but a football conference, it really seems.
Track and field. Woo!
Volleyball, softball, baseball.
We're good at
Rowing.
TikTok.
True. TikTok conference.
LSU wins.
True. We can't even win
it just means more.
it just means more.
It just
so
means
true.
More. It just means more.
You heard it here.
How much has she made from NIL money?
Has to be millions. Has to be.
She's got to be up there with Bronny.
You think so?
Well, yeah. She has to be up there with Bronny.
So much money, bro.
My girlfriend hates her because she pops up on TikTok and she's like, I hate that you know who this is. And I'm like, oh, you know. Bro, how much money does she got?
I don't know.
Who else? How much money would Haley Cruz have gotten if she just came in a few years later?
So much.
Or
so
Sabrina.
Oh, God.
Sabrina, if she would have came in a few years later, would have revolutionized women's basketball. Because she was such a big name.
She's really good.
She's still a big name. She's still really good, but she could have. I wish we got to see that. COVID fucked Oregon so bad. So fucking bad. We could have had Sabrina, Sedonu, Setu, all these girls playing on the basketball team. We had a really good men's basketball team with Peyton Pritchard, with, was that before Bobo? After Bobo. With Nefeli Dante, with all them guys. Would have been fucking loaded there. We missed out on Javon Holland, Kayvon Thibodeau, Justin Flo, Noah Sewell, Michael Wright, Diamador Lenore, Thomas Graham, all these guys, Justin Herbert being on the same fucking team.
That'd be a sight.
Looking back, that really had the potential, looking back at the talent those guys had. Not to say Oregon would have ever utilized them right, because we have nothing that says they would have.
I was going to say, but Justin Herbert being there doesn't really matter.
That team had the potential to be similar to a 2019 LSU type one boom year. Tell me that talent isn't there. Diamador Lenore. Really
the 2019 LSU sells really
No. I'm not talking about that ceiling. I'm talking about winning a title with a flash boom year.
Okay.
Because you have Diamador Lenore, NFL starter. Thomas Graham, NFL starter. Javon Holland, NFL starter. Penei Sewell, NFL starter. Calvin Throckmorton, NFL starter. Brady Aiello, NFL second string.
No, I get what you're saying, but also throwing in 2019 LSU before
because they had a
one-year
boom. They went from mid to boom to back to mid.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Not to that extreme.
Got to be careful bringing in 2019 LSU.
We wouldn't have been blowing everybody out like that. But at the same time, we had that quarterback. We had that dude.
The 1 year boom, yes. Maybe.
We could have, genuinely speaking, looking back at that, tell me Oregon didn't have a team that was capable of winning a title.
With the way they used Justin Herbert, I don't think they would have even then.
Okay, but you guys act like he didn't play good in college. That man would throw like
he did. No, I know
40 touchdowns
and
3 interceptions, and everyone's like, "Damn, he got used like shit." Yo, I wish I could get used like that. I wish I could get underused for 40 touchdowns.
I still don't buy it. I think that they're good. They're definitely in the playoff conversation.
I'm saying their
I don't
potential
know.
was there.
You
I'm not
really,
saying
you
it's
really think
guaranteed.
you're gonna get me to admit that Oregon's gonna win a national title
I'm
in
not saying
football?
it's
You're gonna try
guaranteed
to
though.
convince me of that?
I'm not saying it's guaranteed. Tell me the potential wasn't there.
Potential's there. I'm
The
never gonna admit it
talent,
would have happened.
the talent on that team was nuts.
It was. Would have been.
It would have been insane. That's
Mhm.
why I genuinely believe COVID fucked Oregon more than any other school. It fucked our men's basketball team, our women's basketball team, our football team, which were all poised to at least compete for the playoffs. All three.
Ooh, good point with COVID and basketball. That's kind of all we have to talk about outside of football now.
No, we don't.
Isn't that bothersome?
I don't want to talk about it. We won. We won yesterday.
Yeah. Huskies play tomorrow. They had a
You're gonna
close.
lose.
They beat Utah on the road. They won a conference game on the road. It's a
You-
miracle.
Oregon's only chance to make the tournament now is to win the Pac-12 tournament. Which, knowing
Yeah.
Dana Altman, I'm not ruling it out.
Well, USC just got knocked out today, so it's pretty much UCLA and Arizona at the
Wait,
top again.
USC lost.
To Stanford today, yeah.
Oh, so I think Oregon's
Stanford's
back in
another
it.
team that's up there.
I think Oregon's back in it to win the Pac-12 in the regular season.
Because right now, Stanford and Colorado are. It goes. I'm pretty sure it is UCLA, Arizona, USC still, even with a loss. Colorado, Stanford, and then Oregon. I'm pretty sure.
This team could. As a college basketball fan, how surprised would you be if Dana Altman somehow wins the Pac-12 tournament?
I'd still be surprised because usually they have it figured out by now, and they really haven't.
Normally, it's like
I mean,
end of
they've-
December they start figuring it out.
I thought it was a little sooner. Like they've been on really slow
'Cause,
pace,
you
and
remember
it hasn't been mad basketball. It's been really bad basketball.
You remember when Chris
since the
Boucher
season
blew
started.
up in like end of the year
That's true.
after Jordan Bell went out?
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. So I was right. Okay. Arizona, UCLA at the top, USC after that, Colorado, Stanford, Oregon. I'm good. I'm surprised I memorized that. Look at me go.
Dana, help me, Dana. You're my only hope. Win the Pac-12 tournament, please. Thank you. No, and Bailey Dante, you're my only fucking hope. Please, please help. We need.
You know, I wish I could talk about Utah basketball, but besides that,
We need
I mean,
help.
even winning on the road against Utah
y'all
wasn't
are
even
so
that
bad.
impressive because they've been 8-8 on the season, but they've also gone 1-5 in conference play, which even Utah is not that bad.
Y'all are bad though at basketball.
Oh, terrible.
How
Well,
are you
we're
in
not as bad
Seattle?
as
And bad at
Mike
basketball.
Hopkins. That's your answer, Mike Hopkins.
Imagine if Washington had Dana Altman.
Oh my God, with the talent pool there. Don't even make me think about that.
Just
I'm so
imagine
sad.
that for a minute.
I'm so sad. Oh my God. Recruiting, Jen Cohen, Mike Hopkins. 3 buzz terms for you that explain
Just
everything.
with all the talent in that area, just imagine for a minute. Your AD was Rob Mullins. You had Mario Cristobal and you had Dana Altman.
Just change the AD. I don't care who the coach is.
You changed the AD and hopefully the coaches changed too.
Change.
Yeah.
You could keep the You can honestly keep the coaches. The AD changes. Everything changes.
You're gonna keep Mike Hopkins?
Not that I'd want to, but I guarantee they play better with a different AD.
Jen Cohen has that much. Do you guys not have boosters?
We do, but do you think they want to support Jen Cohen?
Do you have a mega booster or is it just a bunch of like middle boosters?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. I'd have to ask.
All the really
somebody.
rich people in Seattle give no fucks about you.
Yeah. Obviously, all the rich alums and stuff care, but like, I really think Jen Cohen has done such a bad job. I really do. I mean, the big
was
two,
banging
which
Jimmy
is men's
Lake.
basketball and football, they don't care about. All the other sports are great. You clearly don't need to put all your focus into them anymore. Your biggest moneymakers suck at what they do.
I love how you glossed over what I said.
What? I didn't hear what you
Said
said.
Jen Cohen's banging Jimmy Lake.
On that note, everybody, thank you for watching the Ducks and Dogs podcast. I'm doing the outro because that was horrid. And I hope that I never have to hear that again. This has been Matt and Mike. You can follow us at our handles below our webcams at Mike Black or La Mike Black, sorry, and at Matt Schwaz. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube. Follow us on Spotify if you're listening via audio. And I'm just gonna keep doing the outro because I hate it here. Go Dogs!